This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake it.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. 10 minutes into the hour. You're just now tuning in, man. We got a really special guest here with us today. Somebody I've known and watched his career over the years. Someone who's kind of become a polarizing figure, if you will, in the world of entertainment. Mm-hmm. Young Berg is here, ladies and gentlemen. Young Berg is here.
What up?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
It's interesting, man, because we connected on social media.
Yeah, for sure.
And talked about having you come up here. And, you know, I'm from the West Coast, so, you know, I've known of Young Berg for a long time.
Right.
And as an artist, what many people may not realize, as an extremely successful songwriter and producer.
Yeah, man.
Give a list of some of your accolades, people you worked with, man.
Well, you know, I wrote and I produced all my records, and then after that, I collaborated with my guy Ayo, the producer. We did John for Rick Ross and Wayne, which was Grammy nominated. Mm-hmm. Then I did Snapbacks and Tattoos for the young guy Dricky, which went platinum.
Yeah.
I wrote Tamar Braxton, The One, which I was Grammy nominated. I co-produced that record too. Just did 4 records on Nicki Minaj's new album. Man, I got a whole bunch of joints, man, just with everybody,
4
man.
records on
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj.
yeah. Mustard's album, I got one on there. Man, Jason Derulo, I wrote something on his new album with Kid Ink called Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
Man, I got some records. I got so many. I'm cooking up right now. I'll be losing track, man.
Yeah, damn, you lose the track of the hits, huh?
Nah, that's what I got a publisher for, man. They gotta keep all that in order, man. I just want to stay creative.
Stay creative. So you done well for yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you're not destitute. You're not broke. You're not because when you
Look at his neck, Sway.
Yo, the funny thing is like I always was embarrassed about it growing up, because like when you rapping, like you want to be from the hood, you want to be street or something like that. Like I grew up with money. Like my parents are well off.
Yeah.
So I'm not really like
you're stunning on us. My parents got money, Sway.
Just to be 100, but like I was kind of like at a young age, like I wanted to be about the street life and whatever, and like that's how I got my first deal with DMX. Like I was the first artist signed a DMX label through Def Jam when I was like 15 years old.
When you was 15 years old. Now, the reason why I asked you because your recent claim to fame has been loving hip hop. Yeah, and I remember Tracy reporting a story about. I know you can't talk about any pending cases on you, but about a conflict you had because you were trying to use a credit card. What was the story, Tracy?
Yeah, it was supposedly, I think right after the Love and Hip Hop reunion special. Mm-hmm. And something about how you guys were out and drinking, having a good time, and that your credit card was declined. And in a sense, she used that to emasculate you, like make fun of you or something.
What's her name?
Like that. Masika.
Yeah.
And then because Masika did that, it erupted something inside of you where reportedly it got physical. And they were saying, blogs and different media sources were saying that you had choked her and she had went to the hospital and there was a big breakup. And because of all those allegations, you were kicked off Love and Hip Hop.
Well, honestly, no, my credit card did not get declined.
Because you got to get your change, dog. Did the credit card get declined?
The crazy thing is that people will believe anything. I don't know how these stories, and like me personally, I really don't respond to a lot of rumors because throughout my whole career, I've been involved with just crazy rumors that really don't have any relevancy or not real. So I can't get into too much of the details, but no, my credit card did not get declined. No, that's not the case. In fact, Masika actually spoke with Sister to Sister magazine and said, I never did anything to her. I never attacked her. But you don't hear that type of part of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and out of respect for her, because I do love her, and I'm always love her, but out of respect for her and the situation and the fact that I paid this lawyer all this money or whatever, Xavier, shout out to you. I won't be talking about that right now.
Got it.
But, I think she said enough. And I think as a woman, I'll wait until everything passes through and then we'll share that. You know what I'm saying?
Is it true that Mona Scott said, you know what, Berg, you got to go?
I think that I really love Mona Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate what the situation is. I don't know if I'll return. Who knows? It's in God's hands. But, at the end of the day, I'm a businessman. So being a businessman, VH1 has sponsors. They have different things of that nature. And when these allegations come out and it's something as drastic as that, they got to protect their sponsors and what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't say that, but but it is what it is, and I respect them. You know what I'm saying? They're a corporation. That's what they decided to do. Hopefully everything works itself out. And if not, then I'll be doing what my number one job is, writing and producing records.
Okay, I remember watching the actual the what do you call it, the reunion show or whatever they call it, the end show, and it was really kind of explosive. And I remember a comment you made about Marley Marl, where you said that what's the girl's name?
Nicki.
Yes.
Nicki said that he was gay.
You know what? I think that people say things like that. Like, she did make mention of that, but that's when her and Marley wasn't in a good space. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how the whole Nicki situation came to Love and Hip Hop. When I started doing Love and Hip Hop, I was dating someone else. I was dating a girl named Joy, who's actually Bow's baby mother or whatever. And out of respect for her and her child and their situation, I won't go into too much detail about that. You know what I'm saying? But my story changed and it shifted because she no longer was doing business with the show. They kind of like parted ways. So it kind of, I was in that situation, I was kind of bringing Nicki in. Like, she was a pretty girl on Instagram. I seen her, showed her to the producers, talked to her. She wasn't in a good space with Marley. They were broken up at the time. So I was talking to her and she was venting, saying things. Do I believe it's true? Nah, probably not. I done tossed up chicks with Marley Marl back in the day. Come on now.
Tossed up. Yeah. You got to explain the terminology tossed up.
Nah,
that's
like, you know, Marley got a dope crib in Vegas. You go there, you know what I'm saying? You bring a
there.
whole bunch of girls, you know what I'm saying? It's just a party, you know?
Did you toss up some chicks too? Since
Nah,
you've been
Tracy, I don't toss up chicks.
Okay.
I'm in a relationship, Tracy. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
But I did see all his. I did see some monkey there. Because he has a monkey there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to be clear on that.
Bubs.
Interesting enough, right after that reunion, somebody's who I believe Wack 100 manages Ray J. It's affiliated to Ray J. And he called up here.
Right.
I don't know if you heard this.
Of course. You know what, Sway? Listen, I wasn't gonna say anything when it was on Instagram, but I listened to his interview and I was just like,
let's play it.
I come in, I'm on the phone making noise. I walk in, him and a little youngster, they spawning each other. He got his hands in dude's nuts, dude got his hands in his nuts. Wherever he was gonna go, I don't know. I seen some shit in Atlanta with Young Berg when he was running around with a transvestite. My man Stat Quo was with me. You know Stat Quo?
I know Stat Quo, yeah.
Okay? Well, I seen him in the parking lot with the transvestite, but once again, I don't know if he was setting up to do a record. I don't know what he was doing, so I didn't make no speculation, but I will tell you this. When I walked up in that studio, I seen his hands broken dude's nuts and dude's hands broken Young Bird's nuts.
That's Wack said he walked in the studio and saw this.
Yo, that man is in his mid-40s. Let's clear the air right now. No, I am not gay. I've never thought about being gay. And let's go a little further. Wack 100 has never, ever been in any recording studio with Young Berg in my total life of living.
Yeah.
I've never seen this man in the studio at all. And it's just kind of coincidental.
So you're saying he's lying about that?
Oh, no, he's 100% lying. He's a grown man liar. Like, I think he's trying to get on Love and Hip Hop Season 2. He might want to take my spot, you know what I'm saying, and spiral something out of it. But he's completely lying. And the funny thing about it is that I was listening to the interview and, like, Heather and, like, you guys were, Tracy, y'all were asking questions like, so what studio was it?
Yeah.
Like, when did you see this? Oh, it came out the day that I put it up there. Like, let's be clear. These people are upset about these chicks. I don't know what's going on. This is really weird because I put out a record with Teairra Marie. We made the song actually on the show. I put out a record and it did like 100,000 plays on the SoundCloud. Then we put it on iTunes and it shot to number 3 on iTunes and it's doing very well. So it was weird for that to just come out and for him to make up this whole story and actually to be 100% truthful. Whatever, I don't know what he's talking about, but when he called me that day. And I was in the studio at a session for Teairra Marie, booked by Kuda Love. My manager was there. Kuda Love was there. I actually had my videographer there filming it because we were doing a blog to let people know that me and Teairra were actually still friends after the reunion because of things that happened. And yes, I apologize for what I said about Teairra on the reunion. You know, like, I was kind of put and pressured into that situation to be talking about that, and it was completely out of line. But it was just weird. Like, the man called me. I didn't pick up the phone. I showed Teairra the phone, and then he texted me like, pick up my phone, I'm going to send somebody to come put you on the phone. And I was like, what? So I called him, man, and he was like, you got to stop telling Teairra Marie this and Teairra Marie that. And blah, blah. I was like, yo, like, I'm just making music with Teairra. This the second time. Keep me out of the business y'all got going on with Teairra. And he was like, nah, nigga, we going to start at mama's. Fuck my mama. Fuck your mama. And once he starts talking crazy, I'm going to go to the radio and do this to you and that. And I'm like, yo, whatever, bro. And I hung up the phone with him. 10 minutes later, he put that shit on Instagram. And I'm just looking at the gram like, this nigga's a clown. Like, for real. Like, who lies about that? And it just seemed like some old head shit, like, oh, he gay. Like, he didn't even think all the way through. Like, he said that he seen that day. But meanwhile, I put out a blog. My videographer has the date, the time of everything that we're shooting. We're all in the studio. It's just weird, bro. I'm never, ever, like, this is one of the craziest things that ever happened in my whole career. But
this is the craziest thing? Yeah.
Nah, not really. But God bless him, man. He want to be on Love and Hip Hop. I'm going to send Mona a text for him.
Sure. Now, you mentioned Teairra Marie. Does that mean that at the reunion when you said that she was giving you head, did you just make that up because you were in the heat of the moment, you're angry?
Don't answer that. We'll get that answer up next. I want to play this single. Gotta know. Yeah. Young Berg is here. 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning, 24 minutes into the hour. Gotta Know by Young Berg.
Yeah.
Very celebrated producer, singer, songwriter, rapper.
Yeah.
Reality TV star. That was Gotta Know. And that's from which project?
You know, that was just something I was just doing. Like, to be honest with you, like, I just create moments. Like, it's really more about just going in the studio. Like, I'll make a song and I do a bunch of hooks. Like, I honestly just go in the studio and have my beats and I do a bunch of hooks, and wherever it fits, it fits. And that record just spoke to me like, yo, let me go ahead and talk to the ladies on this one, keep it for myself. So I just did it.
Okay, Tracy just asked the question of you.
Yeah, because we saw your relationship with Teairra Marie on the show.
I love
initially
her.
Looked platonic, but that you were trying to shatter that with some flirting. And then at the reunion, you dropped the bomb by telling everyone, including Ray J, her ex, that she gave you head. And then now when you're talking about your relationship with her in the present, I was hearing you say that you guys are just working, you guys are friends again. So I want to know, is that truth or is that just coming from a space of anger?
You know, people say what they want about Young Berg, but one thing I've never been is a liar. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And Ray J knew about that before the reunion.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he was just frauding, just playing it out, and that's the whole situation. Like, I told him about that, but he was trying to use that as, like, his scapegoat, because, you know, he left with Teairra and broke up with Princess at the end of the season, so he was trying to use that as his reason to be back with Princess or whatever. Like, he knew that. That's what he knew that before. How you think that his girlfriend said that early in the show before I even said anything? His girlfriend blurted that shit out, so... I mean, I love Teairra. We got a crazy new project. We got an EP, man. The songs is going crazy. It's called Deserve. It's on iTunes right now. And we going to keep working. I totally apologize, though. That's fucked up on my end, you know, but I was pressured into a situation. I felt like me and Ray J had a lot of history because we did Sexy Can. That record did like 6 million songs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be loyal to my boy, quote unquote, and then tell him that, and it kind of got
Are y'all cool now, Ray J and you?
You know, I don't respect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm disappointed in him because his manager made all them allegations and things of that nature, but he never said anything. He didn't even give me a courtesy call. Like, you know what? He's tripping. I can't control him. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's Ray. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Ray, like, prior to Love and Hip Hop, we didn't really talk much before that anyway. So it ain't like I'm losing a friend or something like that. But I was just trying to be 100 with him. But God bless Ray. You know what I'm saying? He got his own issues. Maybe he didn't step up because he's dealing with his own cases and things of that nature or whatever. But I'm a grown-ass man, and you're not going to talk shit about my manhood and not see me come to Sway in the morning and clear the air.
Word.
All right. Young Berg is here.
Yeah, and Berg, I appreciate it. You know, you just coming and saying your side of it, because we didn't know, and we did ask, you know, Wack, what's going on? When did this happen? But listening to you now, this is the second time you said pressure from the show. How much pressure is it? Do you feel like you have to do certain things and say certain things while those lights are on and that camera's on to secure your spot as a cast member in these shows like this?
Tell the truth, Berg.
Not me. My situation was different because I was intertwined with so many different people in the cast. You know, whether it was Hazel, whether it was and you know what? Let me say this too. I apologize for certain things that I did to Hazel and things that I said to her, because at the end of the day, I don't know if y'all watched the show, but I was very upfront, and I told her, like, yo, this is not what's happening. And what really had me feeling some kind of way is that she knew I had a girlfriend when we first started filming the television show, and my girlfriend at the time was removed from the show, and then it just took a whole curve. Like, all right, she went Hazel time.
Why was she removed from the show, your girlfriend?
You know, I think that she wasn't.
Hold up, man. You've been answering every question through this point. Hold up, you go right there.
You know,
what is that?
I think that she probably wasn't giving them what they needed from what you saying pressure wise. You know what I'm saying? Like me, like I'm a loose cannon. Like I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want and like not really care about it. But her being a mother and raising a young child at the time, like I think that it probably she wasn't going all the way in. Like these girls, like you see on a Hollywood show, they going all the way in. It's shit that was done and said that didn't even make the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the girl, they put up a fucking billboard in fucking North Hollywood of Masika, a mug shot or whatever. And it said a thought with a mug shot. And it was in North Hollywood.
Damn.
And it was like, then they shot a scene with Nicki and Masika gets out and punches Nicki dead in her fucking face in front of the billboard, but that wasn't on the show. So I'm sorry, Mona, if I gave away too much.
Somebody
you're not on the show no more anyway.
I hope you at least gave Teairra Marie some head, because that sucks to be a girl and all you're just known for is going down on your knees for a dude.
Did you give her head too?
Next question.
Hold on.
Deserve is on iTunes right now. It's doing great. You know, if you go to the R&B section of iTunes, she's right up there. She's right in the main banner.
I mean,
you know
I think
what I'm saying?
ladies would want to know that too. Like that's a fair question for Teairra.
No, but that don't mean I wouldn't. Shit, I like eating pussy.
Okay.
Okay. Young
with a spoon.
All right.
Shit,
All right. There you go, Berg.
Whatever.
Pull out. Going in too deep, Berg. Pull out.
Pause.
No, pause. Real quick, though, man. Congratulations on working with one of the most electrifying, celebrated, successful artists of these times, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
You know, and the interesting thing about you, people could talk about your controversy. I remember the whole chain snatching situation, and that was big for a minute. I don't even go back into that. But this man makes hits. And for Nicki Minaj, who is her own boss, to contract your services, how did your relationship start with Nicki, and what was it like, her process in the studio?
Yo, I was crazy. I was looking at my IG like last night. Like I met Nicki probably like 61 weeks ago or something like that or whatever. And it's crazy. It's crazy because God brought me and Nicki together, you know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in the studio and I'm signed, I'm published through Atlantic Records. So I was in the studio and I was working and I was doing some things at Atlantic, and I did a record and I was just like, this is crazy. I'm gonna give it to Nicki Minaj. Watch, Nicki, I'm telling my guys, like, I'm finna be producing for Nicki Minaj. They like, nigga, please, like, stop it, man. And I named the track Nicki and Hitmaker. I went to the studio with my guy Sounds, who I'm forever in debt to for this, you know what I'm saying? He was doing a session with Jasmine V, and he was like, come by, smoke something, chill, you know? I came by and chilled, and just so happened Nicki Minaj was in the next room. And it's like 4 days after I did the song, so I'm like, oh, shit. My publisher was actually in the studio with Nicki, and she made mention like, yo, who writes dope rap hooks or something like that? And my publisher was like, Young Berg. And I'm sure she was probably like, what? but and my publisher texted me like, yo, I'm here, Nicki, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, introduce me to her. And he was like, maybe it's not the right time, you know, let's just breeze by. And I was like, nigga, hell no. So I sent my guy Doc to her room like, yo, go tell Nicki Minaj I got some heat for her. And he came back and he was like, yo, she said she gonna send for you in like 20 minutes. 20 minutes came, security came and got me. I went in and I just told her like, yo, I did this record. You know, I've been doing this. I was going down a list of things that I was doing. And she was like, play some stuff. And I played some stuff. And then from there, it was just green light. Ball was rolling.
What is her process like, her creative process? Does she sit, because I know she writes all her lyrics, which you got to appreciate that. And she oversees all her production, right?
Hell yeah.
What is her process like?
With me, you know, it was really more important to me to just get in and just create quality music. So I think one time it was like Memorial Day weekend or this year or label, something like that. And she went to Vegas and like my first thought was like, yeah, I'm cool with Nicki now. Like, let me shoot to Vegas with, you know what I'm saying? See if we can hang out. Let me get some of that love, you know, with the chicks. And then a light bulb went off in my head and it was like, nah. Let me hit Nicki and say, can I go inside the studio and cook up? Because I got a point to prove right now. You know what I'm saying? And I went in the studio. I called some of my friends through. I called Jeremiah through. And she just gave me her studio for the weekend. Like, yo, rock out. Do what you want to do. And I did. The first joint I did that really connected and made her album was Want Some More. And once I did Want Some More, which is produced by myself, Zaytoven, and Metro Boomin, I was like, yo, this is nuts. I got to be like, I want to be the dream. Like how Beyonce and Dream are. I want to be that for Nicki, and I don't care what it's going to take. And I just stayed around like through plenty of times, just continue to create. She would call me, yo, I got this beat for you, come in, do this, do that. And shit, time elapsed, and I ended up with 4 records on the album.
4 records, congratulations, man.
Thank
Good
you.
for you.
You're going to be paid for a long time.
Hey, man. Thank you.
One of those records featured Meek Mill is called By a Heart.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy about this record. You know, shout out to Meek Mill. You know, me and Meek, I think this is probably like the 3rd or 4th time we've collaborated collaborated. I did me and my partner Ayo, the producer, we did the intro to the first Very Dream Chasers. I did a record with Alley Boy with Meek on it called Yao Ming or Stack It Up. I did another record with Cassie. I wrote it and Young Chop did the beat and Meek was on it. Now we got By a Heart with Nicki. And I usually don't talk about future releases, but he teased this a little bit on his Instagram. I actually co-produced and co-wrote a record on his new album featuring Chris Brown. I won't say the title, but it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy?
Yeah, and By a Heart is even crazier because I gave that record to Meek, man, probably like a year ago, and it just translated to right now. Like, he bought it for himself, and it just ended up here, and shit, I'm happy.
What's next for you as an artist?
Oh, me as an artist, I'm really trying to push the culture forward on a different type of level. Like, my 2015 goal is to be the biggest songwriter and producer. Like, I'm really trying to get in my Rico Love-ish, you know what I'm saying? Like, now that Rico's doing this artist thing, I'm trying to creep right in that lane, you know what I'm saying? And this is what my whole thing is with the business. Like, we were talking about sales off the record, and I just think, like, damn, everybody's saying it's a single-driven market right now with things that are going on. My fucking goal in life right now is to basically become the incubator for whatever companies, whether it's Def Jam, Interscope, or Epic, because there's no artist development right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people feel like it's no artist development, but I've proven myself overly time. Like, whether it's my records I've done for other people. Like, I wrote that Tamar Braxton record like crazy, like in 15 minutes. I did that Dricky record 15 minutes. Now these Nicki Minaj records, I've proven myself that any type of height or any type of level you want, you could come to me and get a record. And I challenge all the labels out there. Yo, holla at me. I'm getting calls right now. Holla at my manager. I want to be the person that comes in for any label. I don't care if it's indie. I don't care if it's a major. As long as you got a bag and you really focused on pushing the culture forward, I want to be that guy that you send that new artist to, and you send them to Berg, and you get a hit record from Berg immediately. I want to take it back to the Motown era where Smokey Robinson and all these other people were in that one building, and they were creating hits and for just one fucking building. And that's what I'm on right now.
You on some Hitsville stuff,
Hell
right?
Yeah, Hitmaker. Let's get it.
Hitmaker, that's his producer name, Young Berg. You know him as an artist as well. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming up here.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
All right, Young Berg, man.
Appreciate you.
And all it took was one connection, and here we are, right?
Yeah, man, and all it takes, man, is just to stay focused, man. No matter what these people say about you, man, if you're listening right now, don't give a fuck, man. Use that shit as energy to take it to the next level, because every time somebody done came at me, people wonder why, just change shit, this thing. How is this nigga still doing what he's doing? And I got one motherfucking word for you. God, nigga. Bye.
Wow. Young Berg.
That's 2 words.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.